What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and it's a code red. It's a code alert. I don't know, the terminology, but Hogwarts Legacy news, and it seems like it's pretty darn real. Now, you do, I guess, have to trust Millie A, who we've talked about before on this channel. I've trusted her. I've put my faith into her and in her, and so far it's paid off. And so here's what she said. Hogwarts update. Asset is ready, awaiting sign-off from Warner. They have final decision/approval for public release. WB is concerned of more JK media backlash. They understand it will happen regardless of when Asset is shown, but hesitant and concerned is the current mood. Now, also, I do want to just throw out here, Zoxtra, hopefully I'm saying that name right. Thank you for sending it to me, by the way. He says, hey, I just wanted to share this with you. It's from my country in France on the official website, and it looks like pre-orders are available in this place. So, I mean, we've seen pre-orders pop up here and there. Could that mean we're getting closer? Yes, it could mean that. Could it just be one of those kind of like blimps that have happened over the past couple months? Sure. I mean, we've had stuff of like when it pops up on the PlayStation Store under the coming soon section, obviously that gets people pretty excited, and that could indicate, maybe first half of 2022. Regardless, this asset that Millie A is talking about, if obviously it's a trailer, okay? And when the trailer gets shown, if it's got a release date at the end of it, and it is, first half of next year, that would make sense. Maybe pre-orders would become available. So I don't want to get, too hyped, too ahead of myself, but the reality is it is exciting, and it could actually all happen in a relatively short period of time. I don't actually know what I would even do if the game came out in, say, like April or May. Because to me, again, I've said it a trillion times, and I'm sure I'll say it a couple more before we get the trailer, that I still think this game is like late next year. But I mean, again, like I'm open for surprises. I love Christmas surprises in particular. So if the game wants to release, first half of the year of 2022, that is perfectly fine. I want to talk about, well, again, I want to make sure, again, we cover the bases or the tracks, right? So the asset is ready. It's awaiting sign-off from Warner. They're afraid of the JK backlash. So, again, asset, I would say, being a trailer of some kind. It's got to be at the Game Awards. I really don't know why you would do it anywhere else. She's been, Millie A in particular has kind of been teasing that for a while, that she does believe it'll be at the Game Awards. So I think that's when, which by the way is next Thursday. And also, I guess I should throw this out there. I will be co-streaming it, okay? I'll be watching it live, so make sure you guys come back to the channel, watch it here with me. You can follow me on Twitter and all that stuff to, for the updates, and I'll update you guys on when I go live that night. Twitter's in the description. Just want to make sure I plug those things just so you guys are aware if you weren't, right? But the thing is, I want to talk about that last part, okay? Now, I have a pretty big biasness against this. I have a condition called being honest and being just kind of no BS, which is unlike a lot of these other people. Not Millie A. WB is concerned of more JK media backlash. They understand it will happen regardless, but are hesitant and concerned is the current mood. So here's the deal. We've talked about this before. Hogwarts Legacy is a victim, in my opinion, of media attack by these pathetic losers who hide at IGN, Kotaku. And I will, and I call them out by name if I remember some of their names, but they're so forgetful, or, I just don't care about them as individuals that much that I don't know their name. I'm being aggressive, honestly, because they're aggressive, right? Fight fire with fire. These people canceled Troy Leavitt, or however you say his last name. Great guy from what I've gathered and from what I've talked to him, and they canceled him, right? We know that PC Gamer, piece of trash, is what it actually really is. These people are pathetic losers. And, the JK thing, honestly, the JK thing aside, as I've always said, I don't really care what she's ever said. If you're going to let that dictate your life, if you're going to a celebrity for validation and anything in your own personal life, you need help. You need help. And I don't even say that in a mocking way. You need to get off the internet. And you need to do something about your life. So these people, they get offended because of what J.K. Rowling said and want to ruin it for everybody else. And by ruin, I just mean, canceling the game, talking about this game in a certain way that literally doesn't matter, because let's not forget, she's not a part of it at all. Now she does get money from it. She's a part of it that way. And obviously that's too much for these people to handle. And that's even if you think what she has said, which there have been people that have come out to defend her in the way, and they've said like she doesn't actually mean things the way that sometimes it comes off. I mean, there's back and forth with all of it. But the point is, a lot of this stuff is just pathetic attacks by pathetic people. There's really nothing there. And if you want to be like for the little guy, which is what a lot of these journalists pretend to be, You know, what does J.K. Rowling have to do with the people that are working in the trenches making this game? So if you want to boycott, if you want to cancel Hogwarts Legacy, if you want to say this game should never exist and should never come out, you are sentencing these people of Avalanche, software. You're sentencing them to death. You're sentencing them to losing their job. But again, it's all pretend. It's all just because they don't like a person, so they want to take out the game. So I guess, it is a rant. It is just me kind of going off. The thing is, I guess I want to really stress is, and I have made this point before, I hate that, even going after WB a little bit here, I hate that it's such a thing in their mind where it's like, if you have it, I swear to God, let me just say this. I swear to God, if they have the trailer ready, which at this point now they do, now we know, right? The trailer's ready. They press the enter key and it's up. Obviously, it's a little bit more complicated, but they got it ready, and say they pull out of the Game Awards because they're afraid of backlash. I will flip. Because at the end of the day, these people are losers. These people are pathetic, and these people are very small in number, but just very annoyingly loud. And the issue is that people, this is cancel culture, this is Twitter, this is YouTube, people listen to these idiots. And when they represent such a these people whining and complaining about Hogwarts Legacy for the last year and a half, and trust me, they will come out to play again, in another week or so, right? They'll all be out. We'll be able to call them out by name. All these people never would get the game in the first place. That's ultimately always what happens, right? Is that these people complain about this stuff, but they're not the ones actually going to buy Hogwarts Legacy. 50, 60, 70% of game journalists suck at games anyway. They would never even play a game like this. So it's just, some of this stuff, by the way, is just joking, exaggerating. But, at the end of the day, that really is true. I don't like at all that this is even a concern for them. I get why. I get it, because it is a big deal, and it is going to set the internet on fire, and they're going to have to deal with this PR backlash for several weeks, if not months, and it's going to lead right into the game. I mean, there's no stopping this machine. But the thing is, it's very loud noise, and I think the people that don't care about that, which is the vast majority of the public, they're just going to go right around them. They're going to listen to people like me, to Retro Raconteur. We don't care about these pathetic clowns, right? They just go right around them. They go to us. They go to YouTube, whatever. And they're also just going to buy the game. And that's it. They're going to buy the game. They're going to support this product. Now, that doesn't give them a free pass for making the game horrible, right? The game needs to be good, because I'll be as critical as anybody. But I get it. It doesn't help having a target on your back, but you need to just get over it. You need to just get past it, because it's the way that it is with these clowns, and you just need to give us it. So that's it. I'm very pumped, but I'm also very concerned. It sounds like what WB is as well, right? Give us the trailer. Give it to us as the Game Awards. I promise you that the overwhelming majority, if they're listening, which I don't think they do listen, but just in case, if you're listening, the overwhelming majority of people will support it. The overwhelming majority of people will love that you gave us a new trailer. They'll love that there's a release date, or if there's not, whatever. But that's what you're going to get. The very few amount of people crying, we'll handle them. Okay, I think that's going to be pretty apparent. I've made videos on it before. I'll continue to make videos on it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Again, I'll be live streaming the Game Awards next week, where it will or will not be there. But if you guys want to watch it along with me, come back to the channel. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I have a second channel. If you guys want to support me on Patreon or YouTube memberships, links for those are always in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.